Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. For the second day running, Rigathi Gachagua has shared out some photos of him allegedly praying facing Mount Kenya. Yesterday he did the same, and today he has done the same. Besides that, Rigathi has also shared out a tweet insinuating that William Ruto's government, the government, is ready to work with all leaders irrespective of their political affiliations. And just some weeks ago, Johnson Sakaja was in hot soup with Uda Party for allegedly working with the leaders deemed ODM members. In this video, as usual, I want us to have a look at these tweets by Rigathi Gachagua for Kenyans to understand the political games being played behind the scenes. Before we do that, if you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. If you want to support the forum, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number. Let's dig deep. Yes. Rigathi's first tweet was this. Rigathi Gachagua: I prayed that God delivers our young ones from drugs and touch the hearts of those who sell drugs to our young people, to change their ways and let our youth become great. I believe God has heard my prayers. The mountain is calm, Mlima iko sawa, Kenya is on the right path. And then you are seeing Rigathi has shared out those photos of him allegedly praying facing the mountain. And even you are seeing a photo there of him drinking some water from a spring swamp there. Yes. And this is very interesting. If you look at the Agikuyu, Aembu, Ameru, Akamba, and even the Maasai traditional way of worship, they used to worship their god Ngai and Kai facing Mount Kenya. I don't know whether in the 21st century, Rigathi is trying to tell Kenyans, and more so the Kikuyu community, that Ngai still dwells on the mountain. And that's a worthy point to note, because this is a government saying they are God-fearing. Rigathi himself is saying the wife is a pastor. I just don't understand or don't know whether in the 21st century, Rigathi still believes God dwells in Mount Kirinyaga, Mount Kenya. That was Rigathi's first tweet. And then his second tweet was this. Rigathi Gachagua: party affiliations brought about by ideological differences will not hinder us from seeking to partner with all elected leaders to find solutions to challenges currently facing Kenyans. Together and through positive partnerships, we will take Kenya to great heights. And then he has shared out those photos. You are seeing Makueni Governor Mutula Kilonzo Jr., you are seeing Anyang' Nyong'o, you are seeing Mavinya Dating, and also you are seeing some other, I'm seeing Garissa Governor there was Azimio. And the mere fact again that is deliberately sharing out these photos of Azimio governors, Rigathi also wants to send a clear message to Kenyans. In this video, as usual, I want us to dig deep into all this to understand the political games. Let's dig deep. Yes. Rigathi Gachagua might be a traditionalist, because we are seeing for the second day running, he is praying facing Mount Kenya, Mount Kirinyaga. Either he still believes that Ngai dwells on the mountain. Ngai resides in Mount Kirinyaga. It might be a possibility. We might be dealing with a hypocritical leader talking about Christianity, while at the same time, he believes in Guy dwelling in Mount Kirinyaga. There is also a possibility Rigathi might just be playing political games and psychology on the Kikuyus here. He wants them to see him as the savior, somebody who has gone to intercede on their behalf with Ngai. And that also makes sense because if you look at Rigathi's ground on the mountain ground has come out as very gullible. They are easily persuaded and convinced with the lies. William Ruto brought the wheelbarrow aspect and the aspect of wheelbarrow, forming a government with them, forming a government of Mamamboga, swept across the mountain. It might be possible, but Rigathi knows that his narrative, that he is interceding on behalf of the mountain can easily buy that lie. Yes, he's interceding for the youth to be good people. Rigathi might just be playing on the psychology of the Kikuyu community here. And on to his second tweet, he's talking of the government working with all leaders irrespective of party affiliations. That's also very interesting, and it exposes the open hypocrisy in William Ruto's government. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, we saw Oda Party summoning Johnson Sakaja, and some of the accusations were that Sakaja was working with some leaders deemed ODM members, that he had appointed some in his government. That alone warranted Sakaja being summoned by Oda top hierarchy. Now we are seeing Rigathi sharing some photos of Azimio governors, and he's saying they are ready to work with them. Working with William Ruto's government, according to William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, working with them means you advance their political ideologies. That's exactly what it means. These Azimio governors might be trying to work with the government as prescribed in the law, because the national government and the county government, they are interdependent. Some Azimio governors might be trying to willingly work with the government as prescribed in the law. One such governor, in my honest opinion, is Gladys Wanga. But according to William Ruto or even Rigathi, working with them means you advance their political ideologies. And I won't be wrong that in the coming months or even weeks, you'll start seeing some of these Azimio governors singing Kenya Kwanza government's tune. It all starts that the constitution allows us to work together. It all starts like that. And I also saw ODM party giving its governors and leaders the free will to work with the government. I believe that was a very disparate move by ODM, because they know these are very greedy leaders. They cannot stop them. So maybe to avoid that shame that your leaders are crossing over, ODM tries to save a face by pretending to allow them to work with the other side. The truth of the matter, ODM and even Azimio knows that these are greedy leaders. Leaders who are most likely trying to seek, or rather to look for their own selfish gains in working with the government. So even before I conclude, this is hypocrisy of the highest order. Sakaja was reprimanded for working with ODM members. Rigathi is now cheating Kenyans that the government is free and ready to work with all leaders. I don't think this is very much helpful to Kenyans when we have national leaders lying in broad daylight and playing all manner of political ping-pong games. Very unfortunate, very unfortunate very unfortunate maneuvers coming from the government. As I conclude, it is almost certain and very clear Rigathi is very desperate to emerge as the undisputed Mount Kenya political kingpin. And just as I've been saying, if you look at Rigathi's ground, with all this madness is doing, this political antics is doing, even drinking from that swamp, maybe can even get some typhoid there or some other disease there. But in terms of being politically correct, as far as his political ground is concerned, Rigathi is correct. All these dramas and madness can make the ground on the mountain, those who voted for them, to love him. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe. Don't forget to support our channel. I've pinned the number on the comment section. The first comment. Let's meet in our next analysis.